but he probably will. And that's another thing that's full of shit about this thing. Gail Van Hoy should never work again, okay? Because it's not the first time he does it.
And look, and with Juan Diaz, yes, Paulie's going to move on. Juan is going to move on. Juan is willing to fight away from Houston. He might even go and fight Ricky Hatton out in Manchester. So you know, that's not his hometown. He's willing to do it. So you know, it's you know, I think Juan Diaz will definitely tell you that he's willing to fight out of Houston.
I have a question for Malignaggi. Juan was finding his rhythm around round 2. At what point of the fight did you feel you completely start taking control?
About halfway through, I realized something. I just decided to really simplify it. And I saw that really, if I concentrated when he was getting off, he couldn't really hit me if I would really stay focused in there. You know, at times I was trying to look for maybe too many counters on him when he was getting off and trying to trade with him a little bit, maybe stay inside a little too long. But then I realized at a certain point, whenever he threw punches, if I really focused, I saw everything coming. I just said, you know what, man, focus on making a miss and then just make him pay when I get the opportunity. If I don't, break out and then break back in, you know what I mean? And I just pretty much simplified the game plan about halfway through, and I saw everything coming, you know? But give Juan credit, man. I mean, he came, he brought it, fought his ass off. And I think if Juan fights Ricky Hatton, I think he beats him, honestly, man. I think he's too busy. I think he's a more composed fighter. I think I was a better fighter tonight than I was against Ricky Hatton. Like I said, I gave everybody the reasons, but I think Juan punches a little shorter and he's too busy for Ricky.
Paulie, tell us what happened. What opened the cut?
On Juan, left uppercut opened the cut. I mean, I don't know what the hell they had on TV, man. I threw a right hand left uppercut, I think, in round 2. And so I know there's on video that Juan gets down every time he throws punches at him, you know. So I threw a right hand left uppercut, landed, and I said, oh man, he got down just like I saw in the video. So I threw it again, and I think that cut him, you know. They said it was from my elbow or headbutt, but my elbow was under his chin. And I mean, I wasn't elbowing him in the face. I was pushing him. I put my elbow under his neck to push him off me. You know what I mean? So the the heads collided a couple of times, but by then he was already cut. You know what I mean? But I mean, you know, the elbow never got on his face.
Question for Malcolm real quickly. How much different was it training for this fight as a defending your title as opposed to when you were, you know, a contender? Sorry, how much different was it training this fight, you know, as a defending champion as opposed to a contender within your division?
It wasn't, no, it wasn't hard because I mean, every boxer trains, you know.
Sorry, speaking to the microphone. Sorry.
No, for me it wasn't hard because every boxer trains hard. I don't think there's a boxer that will go into a fight not training hard, you know. So that's like I said to you, I don't have any excuses, you know. I give a man credit that he won the title, you know. But if it is that he will give me a rematch, and then I will take it, you know. Because I believe I'm tough, you understand what I'm saying? And I've never been knocked out.
Malcolm Clausen, you're a great champion. You just fought 12 rounds with another great champion. Before you thought that possibly he wasn't in your league, do you still feel the same way?
You know, that we can see in the rematch, you know. That we can see in the rematch. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to take anything away from him. You understand? He won the title, and I'll just give him the credit. But if it is, you know, that he feels he wants to give me a rematch, then we can make it.
I just want to add to that we took this opportunity to fight on Oscar's Golden Boy Promotions and on HBO. Because there's very few African fighters that get the opportunity to fight in America, and there's very few South African fighters that get the opportunity to fight in America. And as we all know, you need to make a name in America to be the real road warrior, or the true warrior in boxing. And my fighter came here tonight. He gave Guerrero a hell of a fight. Both fighters fought their hearts out. And
so here's Juan Diaz. Houston's own Juan Diaz.
Thank you, Oscar. Good night, well, good night. How you doing, Houston? I know it's not, I'm used to saying good morning, but so I wake up so early, but I want to thank God, and I want to thank the whole city of Houston. You know, thank you very much. I love you, Houston, for all the support, all the love and support you have shown me throughout these years. It was a tough fight. I thank Paulie Malignaggi for coming out here and giving me such a great fight. I also want to thank my whole team because they worked very hard for this fight. They pushed me to the limits. It was the longest training camp I had, 10 weeks, 10 weeks, and now I graduated from school and I was just going from the gym to school, so my best friend became the PlayStation for those 10 weeks, just PlayStation in the gym. But I want to thank everybody once again. All my family that's down here in the front, mom and dad, my son Adrian there, and I just want to tell everybody I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I'm back on top, and now it's time to go for the big boys. Whoever I can make 135 pounds, I can fight at 140. It doesn't matter. Fighting against Malignaggi, I felt strong, I felt fast, and I think I'm ready to take on anybody now. So whoever wants to fight me, bring it on. Thanks, Houston. I'm here for questions. If anybody has any questions.
Hey Juan.
Slickest guy you ever fought?
He was a slick guy. One of the other guys I fought was also Celino Freitas, who was a very, very slick fighter. But I have to give it to him. He was slick.
How much did that cut over your eye bother you during the fight?
Not as much as before. I think I proved to the boxing fans that. Thanks a lot, man. Y'all give him a good round of applause. Great fighter right there. It didn't bother me as much as in the past. In the past, I lost 2 of my fights because of cuts, but this time I let my corner work on it, and I stayed calm and relaxed, and everything worked out.
Who opened the cut? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I believe it was I don't know if it was a headbutt or an elbow. From what I remember, I don't know initially how the cut was open.
Hey Juan, great fight.
Thank you.
Oscar mentioned early, possibly you fighting Ricky Hatton in the future. Paulie Malignaggi fought you on your home turf. Would you be willing to go to Manchester to fight Ricky Hatton?
Right now, it doesn't matter. I feel like I'm invincible again. I feel on top of the world. So whether I have to go over there, here, anywhere, it doesn't matter. I'll fight him anywhere.
Would you consider a rematch with Paulie?
I would. It's not up to me. I'm a fighter. I fight whoever they put in front of me, and it's up to the managers and the promoters to get together and make it happen. If that's my next fight, then so be it.
Juan, felicidades. What do you take from this fight as far as things you can improve on to hit the big time? Take on those big boys that you want to take on.
Well, I can see that I was leaning in, falling over at times. I think that I need to improve on my boxing stance because at times I felt that I was falling in and I was getting caught with uppercuts and right hands. So there's a few things that I have to improve on.
Do you feel that you were fast enough on the ring?
I believe so. I felt fast enough at the super lightweight division. Any more?
Yeah, is there anything that Paulie Malignaggi did in the ring that surprised you?
I guess I would have to say his awkwardness. He was a little awkward, even though I sparred Dominique Sucedo, who's a very awkward guy. Paulie Malignaggi, he really was awkward, and it took me a few rounds to figure him out. Bueno, ahora unas palabras en español.